Ruth Loves to Knit podcast. I'm Ruth and I love to knit. You're very, very welcome here today. It is Wednesday the 13th of July 2022 and I'm really glad you've joined us. Now, the usual disclaimers from my podcast. I have a window open because if you've heard any British podcasters of the last week, you'll know that we are struggling with the heat. And if you're saying, oh, 30 degrees, 29 degrees C isn't much, when you don't have AC or fans in every room, it's too much. I have a fan behind me, but I won't put it on because it sounds like an airplane taking off. And there's a lot of work going on outside. Yesterday we had no power all morning, and today there are vans all out on the road, obviously working at something. But we'll see how it goes. If it gets too loud, I will close the window and suffocate for my craft. But if not, we can keep it open and see. We'll probably hear the noises of the countryside wafting in. Anyway, so if you hadn't already worked out, I'm in England. I'm in the southwest of England in Devon, where I live with my husband Nigel and my two children. Eva is 14 and Samuel is 12. And where can you find me? I am Ruth Loves to Knit on Ruth Loves to Knit podcast on Instagram, Ruth Loves to Knit on Ravelry, and I have an email for this podcast, which is ruthlovestoknit@gmail.com. And you're, as I say, you're very, very welcome here. I am a wee bit late. I had intended to podcast last week, as my husband was away for nearly 2 weeks, but I don't know what happened. I didn't get it done. I did enjoy a little more knitting than usual, I have to say, but I just didn't get it done. So we're here today, and I'm a bit later in the day. I normally record first thing in the morning, but life anyway. So I thought I'd better record today because next week the kids finish school. This week they have an enrichment week where it's, I don't know, I suppose enrichment to me is something that enriches you and helps you grow and enhances your life. But so far my son has done, on Monday he went axe throwing and quad biking. And my daughter today is away to a manor house to do crafts. She loves crafting, and she's very excited because she gets her lunch there as well. And my son, bless him, is doing cooking today and has gone out the door. He's 12, as I said. He's gone out the door with a big heavy bag full of ingredients, which cost me a small fortune, and a Pyrex dish. And if you know what a Pyrex dish is, yeah, it's glass, it's breakable. My 12-year-old is supposed to be coming home tonight with a lasagna and a strawberry gateau. We will see. I do not know. Oh, I don't know if it'll come home one piece, if it'll come home at all, if it's safe to eat. I have no idea, to be continued. But he was happy as Larry going off to do his cooking today. So that's what they're up to this week in this heat. And next week they've only 4 days and then they finish. So we're really getting into the rundown to the summer holidays. As I said, my husband was away last week. Our mission has a big conference up in Scotland, so he's doing catch up today. So I thought, right, let's just jump on and speak to everybody. I'm looking at my notes here as always, just in case I forget anything. Oh, I am so sorry about last week. I am having real problems putting my show notes on underneath my videos, and so I think I just wouldn't cooperate at all. I'd written them all out 3 times at least last time, and it just kept whirling, wouldn't made it look like they were saved and they weren't. So I apologise, but a few people did get in touch and ask me things, and that's absolutely perfectly fine. But I think I've got it worked out how to do it. So hopefully when I say the details will be down below, they really will be down below. And if not, I'll go through the video again and put everything on the screen. But hopefully I have cracked the gremlin and we're ready to go forward. So that's where we are at the minute. Obviously, if you've been watching me for a wee while, you'll know we're right in take-off mode for the Across the Pond shawl cal that I do with the lovely Fernanda of the Little Monkeys and Me podcast. And it started on the 1st of July, and what did I say, the 13th? So we're almost 2 weeks in, and there's finished objects already. As you know, you can knit, we've said you can knit in any fibre, in any from whatever you want to knit, what's your preference, and you can knit a one skein shawl. It needs to be at least one skein, right up to whatever you want to do, blankets, slankets, whatever. And there's people who have already posted in the FO thread, which is absolutely brilliant. And what blows me away is there's lots and lots of crocheted shawls, which it just tickles me when I see them. It really does. And some people are on to their second. So, and I love it when people comment on Instagram, and this is my first, you know, because they're obviously going to knit more. And a few people have attempted their very first shawl, and a few people have even got to grips with some technology and have worked out how to use Instagram and how to use Ravelry. So well done, well done you persevered. But just in case you're new to this, we are running a shawl cal, because it's my favourite and it's Fernanda's favourite. And for Instagram, and we're running it on Instagram and Ravelry, but also email if you want to. And it's the ATPSCal22 is the hashtag for Instagram. And for the finished objects, you just add an FO to that. So ATPS22FO. And there's great chat in there, and great FOs are there too. And then on Ravelry, which I do not like that forum, but anyway, it's under the Little Monkeys and Me podcast group. If you go into the community tab, click on there and click on groups, and you'll find it, and you can put your photographs in there, and there's a good bit of chat going on in there as well. And I dip in and out, and Fernanda's sort of taken that under her wing, but I have dipped in and out and seen the beautiful shawls and beautiful yarn people are using. And it always tickles me to see the colour combos, because I do struggle when putting colour combos together, and some people just have nailed it. They really have. So and I've also posted some things on Instagram for people who just aren't on either of those forums and they still want to join in, and they have just sent me an attached photograph on an email to ruthlovestoknit@gmail.com, and I have just popped it on there for them so that you will be in the running for some prizes. Is that everything I want to say? If you need to know any more detailed information, it was on my last podcast and the shawl bonus podcast, so I won't go over it again for those who don't care about shawls. But I did think I would show you maybe some of the prizes that have come in to wet your whistle for if you're still on the fence about whether you want to join. I thought I would show you some of the goodies you could win, but I hope you would just do it just because it's fun, just because, you know, even if you don't wear a shawl, somebody you know might wear a shawl. Obviously it's not shawl weather at the moment. I have no knitwear and I just thought I'd show you some of the things that have come in, and there's quite a few things have come in from very, very kind people. I didn't ask for anything, but they are very, very kind to be involved, and there will be rustling here because I'm keeping everything in plastic just so it's pristine. And I'm blown away by people's generosity. This is what I've got so far. So I'm gonna try and not blow your ears out with the rustling. Excuse me. So I had an amazing package from my lovely friend Jeanette of Crafty Clegs Creations, who's a beautiful sewist. And wait till you see these gems that she sent. So she sent a little, I suppose, notions pouch, or your DPN holder even. It's got a clear front to it. Don't want to spend too long on this, but it's worth showing. It's got a clear front. If you've ever had any of Jeanette's bags, you know they're just top quality. Just little one skein sizes. Love, love, love this one. Beautiful. And this one as well. And I think it's a shame we're not doing the giveaway in the summer, but they'll do for next year. And then this beautiful cord, soft cord. I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can see it there. Beautiful wee one skein bags. Just pop those down in my bag down there. And then she also sent me a skein of yarn, but I'll show you that in a wee minute. And then I have had this in my D-Stash account for a long time, and I decided, sorry Russell, I decided just pop it into the giveaway. And it's Licca Grove, they're the bamboo needles, and they are the interchangeable needle set. I'm trying to see the size. I think, is it 4-inch? Haven't opened it. No, 3.5-inch needle. I just couldn't, I can't get on with them. I only use them for sleeves, and I don't, I know some people love that size of needle. So I'm going to pop that in, and that could be, you could win that if you, in the shawl competition. And we just, it's not a competition. Take that back. Whoa, rewind. In the shawl cal, it's no competition, please. It's a bit of fun. Don't get stressed out over it. And we just randomly pick. So just because you've done a fantastic shawl and someone else has maybe done a one skein, or you know, maybe a, you know, something. We don't pick that way. We pick picks for us. So that's those. And then oh sorry, I really should have taken these out. I was thinking I was being really good and keeping them all nice and clean in here. I ordered a skein of yarn for a project you'll see in a minute from lovely Andy and Angela from Attic Spin Dye, and with my order they sent me this beauty. Now the way the sun is today, there you go. You see there? Yep. And it is pistachio sorbet sprinkle. And it's DK Superwash Merino, and it's quite difficult, I think, sometimes to get a DK Superwash Merino nylon, so that would make a beautiful pair of socks or whatever. So that's going in. I'm not throwing these things on the floor. There's a bag down there. Then this is the beautiful skein that Jeanette sent. Now there was no belly band with it, but I do think this is one of hers maybe, and it's so soft, and it's got stellina, you can see, and she said it was 80 merino, can't do maths on this, 80 merino and 20 nylon, and it is super soft. So that'll be going in too. I haven't decided what way I'm going to match these up. You know, like there'll be a skein of yarn and a project bag and all of that. I do apologise if my brain's all over the place today, not just because of the menopause, but because of the, I'll say it again, the heat. Did I say it was warm? Then a lovely viewer asked if she could send me something, and this is sorry, I've completely blanked on the Lorna. Sorry, Lorna. This beauty here. These are minis all plaited into each other, and it's from Wee County Yarns. And it is, I think it's 100% wool. I think it's inside. I don't want to, we care about sheep's hair. Oh no, there's it, sorry. 100% fine lamb's wool from Wee County Yarns. wee-county-yarns.co.uk. You see that? And she's up in Scotland, and she's a blogger, so check her out. And I will try and put the details below. But she's on Instagram, and I will definitely put details that you can get through to her. But as I say, she's up in Scotland. So that's beautiful from Wee County Yarns. And then, oh, there's more. I'll minimise this. Plastic rustle, I'm sorry. Then, as you know, my wee local yarn shop, the Woolly Beater, the lovely owner of that has been dyeing yarn. You'll see some more of that in a wee minute. And I thought it would be nice to add a wee skein of yarn to this giveaway. So I bought the Wool Moor, keep saying it wrong, Wool Moor hand dyed in Devon 4-ply, and this is blue spray, and it's 70% merino, 20% nylon, and 10% cashmere. And I just thought that was beautiful. So that'll be going in. Then my lovely friend Caroline, who is the mayor of these parts. I knit the Tidal wrap for her, which I'll show you a picture of later if you remember that from last time. And she gave me this beauty from For the Love of Yarn, and she was doing a wee fundraiser and had this one left over. Sorry, it's really not showing good today. How can I? Oh, there you go. Bring it back here. Yes, there you go. You can see the lovely rusts, and this is called Farmer's Fields. And certainly round here at the minute, you're reminded that you live in the countryside. Every farmer's out from early morning till late at night working away. And she had done this to raise, as a giveaway to raise funds for a farmer's charity. So that'll be going in. And then if you remember in the shawl bonus one, I showed you the things that I attach my shawls with, and I ordered, and I have another one of these, and I had it this morning and it has gone poof into clean air. I don't know where it's gone, but I have 2 of these to give away. I won't take it out of the, and it's a shawl cuff, just a wee leather shawl cuff. Oh, I'll take it out and show you. From a company on Etsy, and you just pull it apart and put it around your shawl, and I showed you the way I do it on that, and it's from Projects to Projects 2020, so I probably won't be able to Projects 2020, and they have beautiful different leather things. This is leather, and I got one with knitter, not engraved. You don't engrave it on leather, but you know, marked into the leather. And I have another one which will be added to the prize giveaway. So, and then last, but oh no, two more. I have this amazing, sorry, Ted Knits Fade, and this is 100% merino singles, 5 times 366 meter. It's called the Belladonna Fade Set, and it's such a gorgeous fade. You can hardly see the fade. Do you see? You just, there you go. I'm gonna have to hold everything back here. I'm gonna show it with the, not with the label. Oh, you can see the fade there, can't you? So if you're a purple person, or you know somebody who's a purple person, this would be perfect for one of those big fade shawls. You could knit anything with this. I don't get on great with singles in sweaters, but this is certainly a sweater quantity for some people. Oh, you could do all sorts of that. So that's in it. I may not give all of these away in this one giveaway, or I might be absolutely bankrupt with postage, but we'll see anyway. Oh, look what I found. The other one. So they're both brown, they're both the same. One's got a silver clasp and one's got like a wee antique clasp. So I have two of those, and it says custom order on it because I ordered them for thing. And then last but not least, lovely Shannon of Blue Fern Yarns got in touch with me, and I have knit with a lot of Shannon's yarn. She is a really lovely supporter of my podcast, and she asked if she could send me a shawl set, and of course I said no. Of course I said yes, if that's okay. I don't take it for granted when people send me stuff. I did say, you know, only if you absolutely want to, and I think it is a way for small businesses to sort of let people see what they're doing. And she recommended for this the Six Wives shawl by Potter and Bloom. I'll put a picture up here, and there's an option. I don't know if it's in the one pattern or if there's two patterns, but there's an option. This is the knit one, and there's also a crochet one. So we're covering our bases, and this is what she sent me. I'll hold it back here. Let me see if I can get it. So this is the main colour, which is Seafoam. And it's platinum sock, 4-ply, 75/25 and 425 meters. So that's a really good skein. And then these are the minis, and they're Ocean Collection, and they're 75/25 times 5, 20 grams, 85 meters. And there's your main color. And it's not showing up, but they are all they are all different. They're looking, those three look exactly the same. They're not in real life, I promise. I don't even see how you can see a wee bit maybe that they're slightly different. There's more greens and blues. So anyway, I hope I've done that justice, Shannon. And they're from Blue Fern Yarns, and lovely Shannon, who's got beautiful yarn at the moment. Always has beautiful yarn. This is desperate for glare. Sorry. There, Blue Fern Yarns. All right, so what a prize package. Now, obviously, that's not for all for one person. There'll hopefully be, I'm going to sneeze. There'll hopefully be lots of wee packages going off. But as I say, I need to work it out, what's going with what. And I've got a couple, and there'll be a couple of other wee trinkety things. There'll be stitch markers and bits and pieces. And if you watch Fernanda, she also has prizes. So what we did last time was she tended to sort of send the prizes out to that part of the world, and I was sort of in this part of the world, and we worked it out anyway, and I think everybody enjoyed the prizes and everybody received their prizes. So if you're not in, you can't win, but it's also not about that either. It's also about just having a bit of fun. So 20 minutes, and oh dear, I'm so sorry, and I haven't shown you anything worth. I hope you haven't turned off already, but if you liked any of those things and you're not in the shawl cal, go and check out those makers, because you know it's not an easy time for small businesses, and if we can support them and help them along, that's a good thing. So right, let's get into the meat. As I say, I don't have any knitted stuff on today. I have this grey thing on, which probably doesn't look very good, but I find if I wear really bright colours on the podcast, then it blows out the colours I'm showing. So but as you know, I'm normally a bright coloured person. So anyway, My first FO is the Salty Air Tea by Samantha Guerin. And I had a good wee bit of this done the last time, and I just couldn't put it down. It is just fantastic. Now I have worn this, it just shows how British weather can change so quickly. I think 2 weeks ago at church I was wearing this, and today I'm nearly slipping off the seat. But this is my Salty Air Tea. Alright, it has been folded up. I think you can see that. Put it back. That's the colour of it. A mint colour. I'll show you look at that detail. Now I didn't block that out severely because I didn't want to lose, you know, the lovely detail of it. I wanted it sort of to still sit up a wee bit. And I did longer sleeves, so, and hers, but I have a muscly arm. Trying not to lift them up with this. I like my arms covered, put it that way, so I did them a wee bit longer so they come down just to the bend of my elbow, which I just prefer. And I had plenty of yarn to do that, and actually even doing that and making the body longer, it's still cropped. My body doesn't cope with cropped, but I wear these over dresses. It's still cropped, but I think I did 2 inches longer, and I still had, although I had a lot of my own yarn, it was still within the budget of the yarn that she stated in her pattern. So I highly recommend this. It's a very, very easy chart, nice and big. Sometimes the charts are really small, nice and big and repetitive, as you can see. It's just the same the whole way around. And then of course the joy of short sleeves. When you pick up, it's just short sleeves, and I really, really enjoyed this and look forward to getting some weather to wear it. But anyway, that's my first FO. Where's my wool that I used? And I used a cone from Woolly Knit. Their yarn to cone, and this is the 100% British wool, and the colourway is mint green, funny enough, and there we go, that's true to life. And I have 300, even taking the cone into consideration, the cardboard of the cone, I have 300 grams left of that. So like there is another, so that only used 200 grams of yarn. Does that feel right? There must have been a bit more anyway. But as I say, it's short sleeve. Yeah, that's probably right, because it's short sleeve and it's kind of cropped. But, and I'm, you know, I think I did size 6. Which would be a 2XL, I'm sure. So really, really good. And you know, this I've had this for a while, and you know, Woolly Knit do you know, buy 2 or get 20% off all the time. So it's actually very economical wee top there, even in my size. I do dream of being able to be one of these podcasters, you know, who holds up 2 skeins of yarn and says, this is my sweater quantity, but not at the moment. So that lovely article there is the Salty Air Tea by Samantha Guerin. And if you were thinking of doing, I'm really enjoying, sorry, going all over the place, I'm really enjoying charts again. And so this is written, sorry, I should have said this is written as well, so don't be put off. But just yet again, and I say it over and over again, a really simple stitches, really simple things, but yet show up as if you've done something really complicated. That's what I love about knitting, really do. So have a wee go at that if you want, if you're in the mood. I mean, there's no reason you couldn't do long sleeves, absolutely no reason at all why you couldn't just go right down to long sleeves if short sleeves isn't your thing. But yes, my time of life, short sleeve very much is my thing. So that's that. And then just a wee pair of vanilla socks. I haven't got as much finished this time, but I've been knitting on all sorts of things. And these are the gorgeous, now this is not going to show up, is it? They're like fire. These are the gorgeous Wool Moor sock yarn I got, my friend gave me from the Woolly Beater, and it is Sunset and Desert Pea. This wee mini was Desert Pea. Oh, that's better. I'm really good at this, aren't I? And this yarn is an absolute delight to knit with. It is, of course, I'm so professional I don't have the tag. I think I've already put it in my FO. I'll show you another tag in a minute for the ones that I'm doing now. And she asked me to do these for the shop, and absolute pleasure to knit with. And I just think if you like a bright, I mean that to me is Devon Sunset. If you've never seen Devon Sunsets, Google it or go onto my Instagram, and this is Devon sunset in a ball of yarn. It really is. The sky just goes on fire. It's unbelievable. So that's my first finished object. Just a wee pair of vanilla socks. And then remember, if you watched before, I was sorry, there's a motorbike going up past. I do apologise. I was asked, no, I have a wee knitting group. Honestly, my brain is internally combusting with this heat. I had a wee knitting group in school. It's kind of gone to the wall a wee bit now. We'll start again in September. And one of the teachers who used to teach my son came in and jokingly said, "What are you knitting for me?" So I asked him what his favourite colour was. And instead of saying what his favourite colour was, he said Man United. So I decided I would knit him a pair of Man United socks. And as I said, I have knit all sorts of things in the process of all these. I mean, I'm in episode 31 now, all of these podcasts, but I think I've never had as many comments about anything as the colours that a Man United pair of socks should be. There's very opinionated footballers out there, football supporters, and I looked it up and this is what I got. Anyway, these are the finished socks and he's chuffed to bits with them, and bless him, he's been wearing them even in this heat, and I think he has realised the joy of a good pair of hand knit socks. So they fit him and all good. But I was so I'm glad to get those off the needles, and I said I'm not doing any more, that's it, not doing any more in case I get it wrong. Well, I'm a governor at the school he teaches at, and I was up at the school fair last week and he sidled over to me and said, Ruth, could you do me a favour? Well, I knew what was coming. He says, would you be able to knit a pair of socks for my partner? And I said, right, okay. You know, it's coming up to the summer. We're doing a bit of travelling. I'm sure sock knitting will be great to have in the car. And I said, I expected a nice wee pink pair, but just shows you stereotypes. Purple pair. And I was going through my head of the different yarns that I had. He says, could you knit me another pair of football socks? This is his girlfriend. And I was like, oh, right, okay. Well, I've still got yarn left over, and, you know, no. I'll show you the yarn, and if you're a football supporter, you can maybe work out what team he wants me to knit these socks for. And this is the yarn that I got from lovely Andy and Angela. And Andy was so helpful because I'd actually picked out a pair, a colour, and he said, no, that's not right. And he recommended this, and he recommended one that was in the sale. So thank you very much. Alex spin dye, right? So that is perfect. That is the colour, and it's called Elves Wood, and it's superwash merino nylon. Okay. And then this one is Regia Soft Glitter. I didn't realise how hard it was to get a white sock yarn. Really hard, but I wasn't looking in the right places. And it's got a wee bit of stellina in it, so it'll be just a wee bit different. Now, if I put these two together, I got this in the Woolly Beater. If I put these together on a postcard, please, or down below, what British football team am I going to knit a pair of socks for? There you go. They'll be striped. We'll just leave it at that. So that's going to have to go on the needles, but I did warn them it would not be done before the summer holidays. They've only got 4 days left, and yeah, that'll be maybe given to them. And I'm sure she'll not be wearing socks anyway, but those will be given to him in September when they go back. So can't say no. And he's just so lovely, and he made such a difference in my son's life that he knows I do anything for him. And as for socks, sure, he's not asking for much. So that's my finished objects. Oh, I just wanted to show you. Do you remember last time I showed you the Tidal Wrap shawl? And I wasn't sure if I'd done it right. I wasn't well, it's handed over. This is Caroline, who gave me this skein of yarn for the giveaway, and she's wearing it and she's chuffed with it, and it's in her possession, and that's it. And that was done in the Perrin Yarns Tidal Wrap shawl. I keep saying Tidal Wave, it's not Tidal Wave. Tidal Wrap shawl by Perrin Yarns, and it's in tranquil lace, and it was knit with 50% silk and 50% baby camel. She's got some on her website if you want to check it out. So that's the finished objects, and you'll be glad to know. But I don't know if it's, I don't want to say it again, you're sick of hearing it. Don't know if it's the heat. Don't know if because my husband was away and I had a wee bit sort of, didn't, you know, freedom. Don't mean that. Or just couldn't settle to things. So I've knit on everything. So just bear with me. And so my whips are all over the place. Well, one of them you've seen before. And I'll just show you. I have done a wee bit of more on this. Another plastic bag, but you'll understand why. And I've kind of come to a standstill on this a wee bit because it's not due, it's not needed till just probably end of September, beginning of October. And in, I keep saying that, I'm sorry, with slightly sweaty hands, I didn't want to muck it up. And it is the Sprite's Fen Shawl by Curious Handmade, Helen Stewart. And it's for my lovely friend Nikki for her wedding. And if you remember, it's in white yarn. And the camera does not like white yarn, so I'm really going to try to, and I think it was about there last time, so I've done it, I'm over 50% of the way. So it doesn't really do it justice, but you get the idea. And this yarn is beautiful. It's from Giddy Yarns, just on-dyed with stellina. And it'll just block out so beautifully. And hopefully it'll be lovely for her wedding day. Or when she wants to wear it, if she decides it's not for... So I'm over, I think it's 55% of the way, because you know Helen Stewart's patterns always do every single line for you and you get to know where you are. So and I'm nearly finished the first ball, so that does fill me with hope that I've got enough yarn. And that's the Sprite's Fen Shawl. I just can't speak today. And it's by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade, and it's in my Scottish bag with I got it I think when I first went to Scotland, when we first moved to Scotland, and there's no maker's label on it, but it's lovely Harris tweed. And I put it in this one because it's zipped, and I thought, in a plastic bag, in a zip bag, it can't get dirty, surely. So, so far so good. Famous last words. Then this next one is one that you saw if you watched my shawl bonus one. And this is the Cornish Thrift shawl. I'll show you what it should look like. And I got this, I pulled this pattern out of the Knitter magazine. I don't get the Knitter magazine, but I think I probably got one. I got it, whatever reason, that time. And I just fell in love with it. If you remember from the bonus, I don't want to say her name out loud, but from the bonus episode, I asked my electronic plug-in device to choose which shawls I was going to do, and she chose 4 for me, and off the list that I'd written down, and then I just asked her to choose the number between 1 and 4 for which one I was going to start, and this is the one that she chose. I can't remember which number it was, but this is what I've done so far. And as I say, this is the Cornish Thrift shawl. You see, and this is very similar to, it's not the same, but it's very similar to the Exordium shawl that I knit, the stitch pattern, but it's slightly different, but I think it's just, I absolutely love it. I think it's so effective, really gorgeous. And I was a bit worried about this yarn, so I thought it was too variegated, but I think it's perfect. I think that's better there. You may have seen, can you see the deliberate mistake? I forgot to increase in one of the rows, so I just knit another row. Design feature, nobody will see it, nobody knows. Now you do, but that's... And it's a lovely variegated, you know, although it's solid colour, there's lovely variegations in it too. So that's, I hadn't started that last time, that's my wee strawberry from Millie's Craft Co. And the yarns I'm using are the main colour. Oh, where's the main colours are, it's two skeins of the main colour and 1 skein of the variegated. So the main colour is Needle and Thread, and the colourway is Mulled Wine Knot, 425 metres, and it's 75-25, and the speckled is Biff Sugar Yarns. I got this in a yarn swap. And it's 75-25, and it's a sock set, so I haven't obviously used the mini, and it's a Vanity Fair sock set for 425 metres. So I'm really loving this, and it's quite mindless once you get going. And the only thing, it was a wee bit flaffy at the start. Flaffy just means fiddly. In this case it means fiddly, that you have to change your needle size from this to this and back to another needle size and then back. But once you're on the big blocks, it's not and that's why the joy of interchangeable needles, you just screw it off and on. So, but that was a wee bit fiddly at the very start, but now I'm used to it and it doesn't matter. And I meant to say who did this. It is, the pattern is by Nicola Diggins, and she is of the Knitting Shed. And that pattern is on Ravelry now. It's not, you can buy it as a separate pattern, and there's a top to go with it as well, but it's sleeveless, so I don't think I'll be, and it's not awfully size inclusive. I think the biggest size is only 48-50 inches. So, and it's in my little soft accents bag, my happy bag. Remember I showed you this, it's Farai print from Zimbabwe, and it means happy, so but not better. And then my wee sunflower from a friend Beryl, just makes me smile whenever I use this wee bag. So that's my entry for the across the pond shawl cal. Obviously I can't win anything, but of course you want to take part in your, and if I have an excuse to knit a shawl, I will knit a shawl. And then one more is, this could be a long one today, one more is I don't know whether I love this or hate this. Hate's too strong a word. I saw that because I like my arms covered. Even on very warm days, I would wear a cotton poncho, or and I've said hundreds of times I have a medical issue in my middle region, which incidentally I'm going to see my consultant about next Friday. So hopefully, part of me hopes the operation is pending, and part of me hopes it's not, but you know what I mean. So I'm quite conscious of it. So I would tend to wear things over, and so I would wear, in the summer I would wear, you know, kind of lacy cardigans and things like that, or lacy poncho or whatever. So I saw this anyway, long story short, and I thought oh, that would be perfect. And I had some beautiful yarn that my lovely friend Lydia had given me, and it is she sent me a while ago, and it is the Owl About yarn in the colourway Corn. And it is 75 superwash, 25 nylon. It is beyond soft. And I don't know what, I can't remember the name of the designer, or the dyer. Oh, I can't remember. But I don't know what she washes her yarn in, but the smell is divine. And when you're knitting with it, it just wafts. I had one skein of hers before I knit a pair of socks, and it was the same. I don't know what wool wash she uses or whatever, but it is divine. But this is the colour I'm knitting it in. She sent me 3 of these, and this is how it's turning out. And as I say, I can't decide whether it's the best thing since sliced bread, or I really don't like it. But I am so enjoying knitting on it. Really unusual structure, and really unusual stitches. So get the right side. So this is where, so you start one bit, I think it was the front, and then, you know, and do short row shaping and everything, and then you pick up stitches and you knit a bit of the back, and then you join in the sleeves. That's all blown out because it's such a beautiful golden colour, and it's on a small needle. That was very forward thinking. But this is the front, and this is the back. Now, according to the pattern, I have only about 15 more rows to do of this, which is not going to be, oh, I should have put the pattern up there, sorry, I apologise. This is what it looks like. She also has a modification where you can put an I-cord tie to tie it together, but I don't know what I'll do yet. Anyway, sorry, blame the heat. You can see my face is getting redder. And so there's no way that is going to be for me with 10-15 more rows and then just a bit of rib. But look at this stretch in that, because it's all lace, it's all different lace. And you see the different lace pattern. So there's drop stitches, there's cross stitches, there's she calls them knot stitches. And I mean, the stretch in that on blocking is just going to be unbelievable, you know, because look, right, that's the way it is now, and you know, you really want that pulled out to see those beautiful stitches. But I have so enjoyed knitting it, I really have. But as I say, I can't decide whether it's the best thing ever or I'll never wear it. But also, I don't know, the only thing I can honestly say, I think, that I hate in knitting is picking up stitches. I just hate it. And I do it obviously, but it's put me off things like the Vertices Unite shawl and things like that. But I'm not sure how we pick up stitches that's going to look neat on this here. Do you see what I mean? You know, is it going to be? So anyway, time will tell. I don't know whether, do you know what I mean? Say yes, nod. That's maybe going to be neater on there, but to me that's going to be very pulled, or I don't know. Anyway, so that is the beautiful yarn that Lydia sent me. Thank you very much, Lydia. I'm sure you're glad to see it being knit up. And there's some wee flecks of dark green in it randomly, and I would say that'll be finished next time. But as I say, maybe I'll love it. Maybe it'll be donated, but I have loved knitting it. I really have. And again, it's a written pattern. It is called, that would really help. I am all over the place. I apologise. It is called the Knotty But Nice, but Knotty But Nice by Unwind Knitwear. And yeah, let me think. Let me know what you think. But as I say, I'm really enjoying knitting, if nothing else. But yeah, I'll be interested to see how those sleeves pick up and see what way it goes. But I would like to think that'll be finished next time. And we're hopefully, if EasyJet stops cancelling our flights, we're going to Ireland for 2 weeks in August, and generally you need a cover up there, so it could be a nice wee summer cover up for there. And it's in one of my So Yarnlicious nice bright bags. This is one of my, I think maybe this is the first one I ever bought. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So there you go. And then last but not least, one more is my other pair of vanilla socks. And again, I'll show you, this is the Wool Moor sock yarn from hand dyed in Devon. And this is 78 superwash, 20% nylon and 2% sparkle. We all have at least 2% sparkle, don't we? And this is called Seascape. And again, Laura gave me this to knit up, and this is available, and all the wool and more are available on the web, on her website. I'll put the details down below. You can see the stellina, the sparkle there. Really is just beautiful and so soft to knit with. And this is what I've got so far. Just when the power was off yesterday, I went over to Oakhampton and met up with Hannah of Hannah's Happy Space and her sister and her mum, and I knit on these with a fan blowing. And I just think they're turning out lovely. And then the wee mini comes with it, it's a wee sock set. So just really, really lovely. Definitely remind me of the sea. Not doing this, isn't doing it justice today. Maybe that's better. You can just about see the sparkle, can you? So if you're in the market for some hand-dyed sock yarn for some nice bright socks, she has other stuff too. I'm going to show you one in a wee minute, which isn't just as bright as that, but I can't say enough good stuff. It really is lovely to knit with. And this is in my little grey girl. I like to have my summer themed bags, my Christmas themed bags, you know, and my ice cream lollipop themed bags. So there you go. So that's the whips. Oh, but on Sunday, I was sitting in front of the fan once we got home from church, which was like a hothouse, and we had our lunch over us. I just sat down in front of the fan. I said, I'm not moving. And I got out a well, and to the point, old whip, to the point where I had to Google to remember how to do it. And some of you will hope you're sitting down because the shock might kill you. I pulled out this baby. And see where I am. Now, I don't crochet, as I have said hundreds of times on here. I know one stitch and I couldn't even remember it. I had to Google it. Please don't judge. The tension's terrible. It's only a blanket. It's only using up all the yellow scraps I have, which are many. And this is really going to blow out, isn't it? And this is what I've got so far. Is it closer? Oh, there you go. And I'm holding it double, 4-ply double. Showing you the back side. I don't think it really matters because I've done magic knot balls and the ties are all, the ends are all there. But my mother would be disgusted, I'm sure, at my tension, because she's a beautiful crocheter. But it's, so I can't show it all in the thing. So this is it double. This is it double. So it would fit over a double bed or nicely over a single bed and hang down. But who would ever want to use it? I don't know. I keep joking that I'll be done by the time my daughter goes to uni. She's 14. But I still have, and it's really heavy. But all the yellows, all the minis I have, all the leftovers, people have sent me ones, and I've just put it all in. And I still have this big bag. This big bag full. Well, not full. There. Of yarn that I can use. But it does gobble up an awful lot. But so there should have given you a trigger warning there for shock factor that I've done some crochet. So that I really have been just knitting everything because I couldn't settle to very much. So I just did everything. I just thought I'd just do everything. So that's my whips. And hopefully some of those, now that shawl that I'm doing, I have to do, I think it doubles up, and the Sprite Fen shawl goes, I think I'm on 200 and something at the minute, and it goes up, suddenly goes up to 500 and something, so there's a bit of knitting left in that to do. I am nowhere near finished on that one, but we'll get there and we'll just work away at it and get it done. So I know not everybody likes to see incoming stuff, but I have been gifted some beautiful things in these last couple of weeks, and I wanted to show you because I think when somebody's kind to you, you like to, I've already thanked them obviously, but when someone's kind to you, you like to say thank you publicly. And I've also received my wool swap parcel. So if it's not your thing, and after this I'm going to go into what I always do. I always share a wee bit of God's word with you, and I realised last week about that. I said it's not for everyone. It is for everyone, but I know not everyone will want to watch it. That's what I meant. I didn't mean it wasn't for everyone. I always share just what God's put on my heart, just for 5 minutes, and today's is very short. So if neither of these things are for you, I will say goodbye to you now, and thank you so much for watching, and just spend some time with me today. I'm going to take a wee sip of water because, you know. Okay, so a lovely viewer called Leah, I want to say Leah, got in contact with me to say she'd just found me and she started binge watching, dear helper, some of my videos and realised that it had a big birthday. It was in March, but I like to extend it for the whole year. It's fine. My face is getting redder. And she sent me some lovely things, and I just want to show you without dropping them all on the floor because they won't be picked up again. Of course, they're on the bottom. Well, sorry, I'll come back to you. Let me show you the lovely yarn that, some more Wool and Moor. And this is another one that she dyed. There's no tag with this or name because she just wanted to see how it knitted up. So that'll be my next cast on of pair of, actually I was thinking of maybe, dare I do another mindfulness shawl. I might, you know, because as much as I'm knitting socks, my mojo's not back, definitely not. So watch this space for what this turns into. But she has some of this in her shop. Either you can drop in or go online. And this is more of a rustic feel than the other. But I still think it's beautiful. Maybe I should show it and explore it. There you go. Isn't it really lovely? More muted. So I will knit that up in some shape or form in the next few weeks. Then I'm just taking from the top of the bag. That's why I yours is at the bottom. And I got my wool swap package. Once a year I like to do an international wool swap package, but maybe I won't be doing it from Australia ever again. Beautiful, beautiful person, wool swapper, don't get me wrong. Heather, thank you very much. But it took forever to get here, not her fault. It took a lot to get it out of customs. And yeah, it was a lesson learned, put it that way. I have joined up again this time, but I've done it in the UK because I love that wee sparkle, you know, of getting something through the post. Now, she sent me a box of goodies from soaps to funny wee sign to chocolates, everything, but I'm not going to show you those. I just want to show you, don't panic. I just want to show you the amazing yarn, and it's from Circus Tonic Handmade, which is an Australian brand, and it's called Jubilee Sock, and this one is 75 merino, 25 now, sorry, there's a drill going now, 425 meters, and it's called Sleeping Beauty. It's not even showing how beautiful it is. There you go. Let's see, Circus Tonic hand dyed. Look at this wee speckles, and it's beautiful, really, really beautiful. Then the next one is, they're all from the same hand dyer. The next one is Jubilee DK. I don't know if I suppose it would be for the Queen's Jubilee with Australia. Quick and Cozy 150 grams sock set, and it is merino nylon, and it's $2.25 in the main one, and it's called Mount Pleasant. Again, great to have DK sock yarn. Although you know me and my wee one skein shawls with DK. Actually, this would probably be perfect for yeah, not knitting it again here. So that was that. And then the last yarny thing, as I say, she sent me some gorgeous goodies. Another Jubilee sock set, and this is called Treasure Island, and it's 4-ply art fingering, and it's got 2 minis this time, and this is more, would you say rose? It's showing up peachy, but it's more of a rose colour. Yeah. Just gorgeous and soft, and it's just fun to get a dyer that, you know, that you would never ever be able to get. And after I saw the custom charge, I will never be able to get it, but such a shame, because obviously there's people all over the world would love this sort of thing. But so thank you very, very much. The chocolates were gone the minute my son get home from school, but but I have some, I think there's a face mask. She sent me a bar of Tuft woolens. I opened the box and it was like, whoa, it was just beautiful. So thank you very, very much. And you don't have to be this extravagant in a wool swap. You decide between each other what you want to send. And so you can do 1 skein, you can do 50 skeins if you want. And you decide between each other, you know, the type of, you know, like, do you like coffee and tea and things like that for the wee extras. But then back to Leah. Sorry, Leah, I'm coming to you. Leah asked if she could send me something from a belated birthday present, and I said yes, that'd be lovely. Not expecting this, I tell you. So she sent me this skein of yellow yarn. Oh, sorry about the light. There we go. And it's called Fat Rat yarn, and it's her own. She dyed it herself, and apparently it's what her dog, she calls it. It's her dog. And it is 60/40 merino silk. Beautiful. So this has to be something special. And I'd say, just because she did it herself, I think it's more special too. Ugh, it's not gonna. There you go. Put it over beside my dolly. And then she sent me a little skein of West Yorkshire spinners, and this is colourway. Oh, it's past lunchtime. My stomach's rumbling. This is colourway 847. And I think I might use this for the Marie Curie sock quest because of the yellow. I think it would be a nice hard wearing. Thank you very much. And then she sent me a wee scrubby, which my daughter's very interested in. Is that upside down? She obviously got the memo about the yellow. It's the, see it? Yeah, for scrubbies. And then she sent me this tin. She sent me a pattern too, but I haven't put that on. She sent me this tin. Now, you see, my son had some fun with this, matching them up. He's like a 2-year-old. And it cuts 3 parts, and I just thought it was beautiful tin. I love a tin. It's oh, what do you call it? Emma Ball. I've got quite a bit of Emma Ball stuff. I thought, great. Then I opened it up. Well, she had mentioned that she had some 9-inch circular needles that she didn't get on with, and that's what I thought was coming. So she sent me 2 of those, and one is 2mm and one is 3mm. So perfect. Perfect. And then there was a wee, look at this. I mean, you can look. You can never have enough of those. You can't. Oh, the sun. Look at that. It's got wee. You could put it on your bag. And then these wee beauties, and she said she made them herself. It's a wee buzzy bee with a lobster clasp. Then a wee funny yellow, let's say sherbet. Wee funny face yellow. Ugh. There we go. And then a wee donut. And they're beautiful. They're so well made. Can't thank you enough. Honestly, just brilliant. And now I have those, and one of those maybe might go in the, see how generous I'm feeling, might go in the giveaway, but we'll see. And then I got another lovely gift. I got a message from Alex of My Yarny Corner. I'm sure many of you, if you watch me, I'm sure you watch her. She's got a podcast, called My Yarny Corner, and her and her partner Danny have an Etsy shop, and they've been going into the crew cut kind of thing. Is that what you call it? Crew cut. You know, they can put things on things, you know, labels on things and stuff, and beautiful yarn. Please go over, I'll put her Etsy shop details down below, I hope. If not, I'll put them on the screen, and go over and check her out, because she does one skein. So if you're a sock knitter or a one skein shawl knitter, or you need a wee skein just to add in with something else, do go and check her out, because her prices are very good, and she's got magnets and bookmarks and all sorts of things over there. Yeah, check her out. But wait till you see this now, I'm gonna have to get it round the right way. So she said, I'm sending you something. I'd sent her a skein of yarn ages ago, didn't send it because I wanted anything back, but she's so lovely, she sent this a few weeks ago, and I think I was expecting a skein of yarn, so when a wee square box came, I thought, oh, this is good, and hopefully I'll get this right, but it's my knitting I'll cast on if I want to. I just think it's perfect, and I mean, a mug for me. I'm addicted to mugs, and but my husband was like, it's my he couldn't get it at all, but he's not on Instagram or anything, so that's my hashtag that I have donated to everybody for when you want to cast on anything, you can use it. It's my knitting I cast on if I want to. So there you go. So Danny and Alex, thank you so much. What a treat to get something like that. And know again that you've made it for me. Just lovely. And then last but not least, I got these in the post from Baubles and Berries. I bought these myself. I couldn't resist. I would love one of her bags, but someday. If you can see, they're embroidered, hand embroidered sheep. And I think I will put at least one of these in the giveaway. I mean, look, they're just, patience of a saint. I just about managed to suture up people in my job as a midwife with patience. I can't imagine doing these. And oh, just gorgeous. And go and check out, she has now, this is her full-time job of hand embroidering bag. Just recently, this is what she's started to do, and doing these. I'm sure she'll have lots of other things now that she's got the time to do it. And her bags are just stunning. And so it's Baubles and Berries, and her website is www.baublesandberries.com. So just in case I can't get that in the show notes, have a wee. And those are just gorgeous. So I will donate one to the prize pot for the giveaway. So there you go. That's all my incoming. And if you're still with me, thank you so much. You are all superstars, and I appreciate that. And as I say, I'm about to internally combust. So, well, wrap it up in the way that I always wrap it up. And if you're leaving me now as well, maybe you stayed for the incoming. If you're leaving me now, thank you so much. Go and get a cold drink. Or if you're in the other part of the world that is woolly sweater time, go get a hot drink. But I just want to end with a wee continuation of the wee series I've been doing from God's Word, and it's very short today, and so stick with us, and you never know, you might just get a wee something out of it. So I've been doing a wee series about not worrying, and I said right at the very start, a couple of weeks ago, whenever I started, I said, you know, women especially are just hardwired to worry. But it is a worrying time. I mean, if you walk out the door at the moment, if you're in the UK especially, everything's just topsy-turvy. But the things that I've covered so far, that if you know and love the Lord, that you don't need to worry about, or you don't need to be worrying about being forsaken. You don't need to ever be worried that you're on your own or you're doing it alone. Last time it was, don't ever worry about bothering God with prayer. He's never too busy. His arm's not too short. He listens. Always remember to thank him for things as well, but he's never too busy to listen to your prayers. And this week I want to do, we should never worry about being forgiven. That is one of the most amazing things about being a Christian, is that we never need to worry about being forgiven. And you know, we've all said it, I forgive you. And my kids say it probably day and daily. They actually get on very well together, but the odd time, if they do fight, it's pretty major. And you know, they'll say I forgive you and then cast it up the next day. And I always say you have to say sorry and mean it, you know, really mean it. Or maybe in your own life, maybe your husband's done something or your partner's done something or whatever, and you've forgiven them, but it's always in the back of your head, always annoying you, always there thinking, and it gets cast up maybe sometime in the future again. But you know, the forgiveness doesn't last too long often. As I say, it's short, it's cast up within a very short time. And maybe somebody has wronged you and you just can't forgive them. It hurts too much, or you've forgiven them, but you will never forget. You know, I don't know what your life situation is. I don't know what awful situation you've maybe gone through, maybe in childhood or even up to now, and experiences that you should never have had to experience. Things that have just been so unfair, so hurtful, so damaging, and you just are not at the stage where you can say, I forgive you. But you know, God not only forgives, but he forgets too. You know, he will not cast up the past against you. Isn't that amazing? He doesn't say, yes, I forgive you, but it's always in the background. It's always there to bring up at a time whenever you've done something else wrong. Oh, do you remember that time? That, you know, doesn't do that. You know, in Micah chapter 7, it says, where is another God like you who pardons the guilt of the remnant, overlooking the sins of his special people? You will not stay angry. You will not stay angry with your people forever, because you delight in showing unfailing love. Once again, you will have compassion on us. You will trample our sins under your feet and throw them into the depths of the ocean. You know, that wasn't real to me until maybe when I moved to Peterhead and we moved to the most northeasterly point of the UK, and we could hear the seagulls, we could see the waves rolling in. Some days in the storms, it would be coming up over the harbour wall, and I really hit me hard into the depths of the sea. And maybe you're going on holidays, maybe you're off on a summer holiday to the seaside and you're looking out over the water, maybe your kids are in playing or maybe you're in swimming. Just look out to that horizon to think how deep that ocean is, and that's where he casts your sins forever and forgotten. You know, I've met many lovely Christian people over the years who have clearly been saved, but as the first flush of excitement of getting right with God dwindles, so does their assurance of total forgiveness. In 1 John 1:19 it says, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. Never doubt that. God loves us unconditionally. There's nothing you can do to make him love you less. I'll say that again. There's nothing you can do to make him love you less. Believe me, many of us have tried. Maybe some of you came from a family, and I've said before, maybe growing up with real hurt, but maybe you've come from a family where you're always trying to prove yourself, but it was just never good enough, and it has plagued you all your life. Turn to God. He is a totally loving Father. Put your life in his hands, and no matter what you've done in your life, you will be forgiven. There's no hoping for it, crossing your fingers, knocking on wood. None of that is needed. The Bible clearly states that you will be forgiven if only you ask. So you never need to worry that you will not be forgiven for whatever it is. But we have to truly, truly mean it. And you know, I talked before about forgiveness in a previous podcast and about us forgiving others and about us, we will never get right with God. We will never get peace in our lives without forgiving others first. This forgiveness is for you, for your life. You know, we can forgive others and it has no effect on them whatsoever. But we know in our hearts that we've forgiven them. But I want you to know in your heart, fully know that you are forgiven by God. You are forgiven of everything that you've done and you can move on with him. Will you be perfect? Will you never do anything wrong again? No, of course not. Of course not. But he'll always be there if you come to him to forgive your sins and to the promise of a home in heaven with him one day. I have rambled today. My brain is on fry zone. I've stumbled over my words. I've missed things. I am so sorry. Anything that you want to know, anything you want to know about our faith, anything you want to know about knitting, anything you want to know that I didn't say, please put a wee comment down below or message me in the ways that I said you can message me. And please don't be sitting there wondering, especially about the Christian faith. Please don't be sitting there with questions that we could maybe help you with. I'm not, as I always say, I'm not an expert. I've lived this life for a long time now, but I certainly know people who could help you out with questions. And if you haven't asked Jesus into your heart, if you haven't asked him to come into your life, to be the boss of your life, don't leave it another day. If you don't know how to do that, let me know. I will try my best to help you. If you have some Christian friends who could help you, if there's a church you go to, but don't be sitting today with a heart that's unforgiven when it could be forgiven and you could be living such a better life with Jesus in your life. Okay, I am going to go and get a cold shower. Please bear with all us British folk who are moaning about the heat, because we'll be moaning about the rain in a couple of weeks' time. That's just what we do. It's just what we do. And I don't know when I'll see you again. Hopefully I'll get another one in by the end of the month. But I think I will take August off just to spend time with the family. And as I say, we're hoping to go to Ireland, but who knows? Hasn't been very successful in the last couple of attempts. But until then, I hope you'll keep on knitting, and I hope that you'll stay safe and you'll do what makes you happy. All right. God bless. Bye.